A lot of people say, I have to, and they don't like it. I have to get up between 4:30 and 5:30 to get all this stuff done. I have to go to work and do this. I have to drive my kids all over to soccer and to basketball and to dance and to recitals and piano. What if we flip that? Just one word. Instead of I have to, I choose to. Hello, difference maker. That's right, I called you a difference maker. This is part of the Ramos Difference Makers podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jim Hoven, and by me introducing you as a difference maker today, I want you to know that in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you are making a difference. And I know if you've listened to the podcast or watched the show somewhere before, you're used to seeing me with someone sitting to my left that would be a guest, and we're talking about all these cool different things, whether it be about a great effort in the community, about a project, a nonprofit, or about injury-related items. There's typically someone with me, but we are in the Thanksgiving season. And what I wanted to do today is I just wanted to sit knee to knee with you, talk with you, share with you some of my thoughts about Thanksgiving, because you know what? It's my favorite holiday. I love Thanksgiving above all. And here's why. It's not about the high-priced gifts. It's not about love and about Easter bunnies. And while all those things are great, for me, just the word Thanksgiving, it brings a warmth to my heart, a warmth to my soul, and it's all about gratitude. Gratitude for the things in your life, the people in your life, the way your life has unfolded, the direction that you're going. It just means so much to me besides turkey and football. By the way, I am a huge fan of both turkey and especially football. So this is not to discount any of that, but rather to just hopefully bring some awareness that you're making a difference somehow in your life and in the lives of others. So that's right. I'm calling you out. Welcome, difference maker. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. As I mentioned a moment ago, I love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday because it does get my mind in the framework of saying, I am really grateful. And I try to really be kind of a person of gratitude at every level on every day. I appreciate so many things in my life, and normally I'm pretty good about it. But this time of year, when you add, at least here in Colorado, you add in the cooler weather, the changing colors, we'll have some snow that's, we've already had some, and we'll have some more snow by the time Thanksgiving comes around. All of these things make it feel like homey and make me feel just secure in the people that I have in my life, right? Like I feel like I'm covered up in a blanket of love and a blanket of graciousness by all the way that my life has unfolded. I hope that through this show that you can put yourself in that frame of mind, in that state of being, so that this holiday season, starting with Thanksgiving, it puts you in the best spirit for that you've ever been in or that you've been into this point in your life. So here's what I think. When it comes to Thanksgiving, we should be thankful for all the basic stuff, but too many people just say what they're thankful for. I'm thankful for what? My friends, my family, my faith, my job, my health. And saying that you're thankful is one thing, but truly feeling what is it like to feel grateful, to feel thankful, and to feel blessed? If we can go past the words and into the feeling, man, does that change the magnitude of emotion and the magnitude of the experience of gratitude. So as you're thinking about the things that you're especially grateful or thankful for this season, I'd invite you to reflect on it past just the words and go deeper into the message and into the feeling of why. Why do you love your family? Why are you so thankful? Because there's plenty of people that their family can be the bane of their existence, right? And while there may be love there may be tension, or there may be abuse, or there may be neglect. So family is not a universal thing to be thankful for in some cases. So if you are thankful for your family, what is it about it that makes you feel that way? Is it the way that they support you? Is it the fact that when you're together, time just flies? Is it that you get to spend time with aunts, uncles, children, grandchildren, grandparents, parents, and through that you learn from their experience and their wisdom, and you gain treasures in your own life of your family history? Why are you thankful for your family? If you're thankful for your job, Why is that? Is it because you get to live your mission like I do every single day, that you get to grow and you get to experience and you get to help others grow, you get to make a living? What is it that makes you thankful for what you do for people and how you serve? If it's your church, what is it that you're thankful for in your church? Is it that family of connected support, that spiritual, basically that spiritual enveloping of who you are, knowing that God's behind everything that feels good, bad, or indifferent, that God is always there and he or she is stalwart in making sure that things turn out best for you, even if you or I can't see it? If you're thankful for your friends, what is it that they bring to your life? I know for me, friends let me be who I am and they still love me anyway. There's an old saying about that. So anyway, we could go on and on and on, but the things that you truly are thankful for that are deeply meaningful to you, why is that? Reflect on it until it brings up a welling up from deep inside you, somewhere up into your smile, up into your face where it makes you smile and go, yeah, that's why I'm thankful. I think if all of us would spend just a little bit of time doing that over the next, several days leading up into Thanksgiving, and then carry that forward into Christmas and into New Year, we'd all start our 2024 in an outstanding way with tons of momentum. Now I want to share with you what I'm most thankful for. I am certainly thankful for my wonderful wife, Shauna, and all of our kids. I'm incredibly thankful for the work that I get to do every day and for the people that I get to do it with. Those things are not lost on me. I love my friends. I have such a great friend group. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm thankful for my health. But above all that, if I had to pick one thing, and I've said this now for many, many years, of what I'm truly most thankful for me, it's my ability and my right to choose. And what do I mean by that? For me, choice is, it's not just about one thing, it's choice in my life. It's the choices that I get to make, including the bad choices. I was just listening to something this morning from a person named Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins. Many of you difference makers have probably heard of him or maybe even studied under him. A brilliant, brilliant mind, and has been helping people reach their potential for over 4 decades. And he was talking today in the piece I was listening to about our ability to thrive depends on our ability to have great choice-making skills. Well, you get great choice-making skills mostly through experience, and you get experience through poor choices that you make. So the key is, how fast do we learn from those mistakes? How fast do we bounce back? And how fast do we recover from those? That gives us the experience so that now we know, a better context or a better choice goes this way. But once we understand that it's all about choice, it takes so much of the blame away, right? If I am in great shape or if I'm in poor shape, that's a choice. Do I choose to work out in X number of ways for X number of days? Do I choose to eat a certain way? Yes, I choose both of those things. If I want to decide how to work out, I get to choose, and then I get to see the results, and then I get to adapt those functions of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it based on the results that I'm getting. And again, it all comes down to choice. And we are so lucky to live in the United States of America, where while we are undergoing some crazy turmoil and the world seems to be embroiled in chaos and in hatred and in conflict, here we're still relatively safe at home. It doesn't mean that it's a perfect land or a perfect system, but there is nowhere that I can see that rivals us when it comes to our ability to choose our direction and the quality of life that we will pursue. And by the way, even if we're not there yet, even if we haven't accomplished all the things that we want, or we're starting from a horrible place, whether it's a horrible disadvantage, a horrible circumstance, no matter where we're starting from, we have the power to choose first in our hearts and our minds, and then in our actions through our plans, and then through checking the results of our plan, auditing that result, if you will, that we get to decide where our life goes. We have so much more control than we think. And that's why I love choice. I wish sometimes that we had less control, because then it'd be easier to blame things, wouldn't it? Like if we didn't have the choice of saying, well, I want to pursue this career. Well, if we didn't have that choice, then it makes it easier for us to say why we don't get there. And there are places where that is true. There are places on this planet where you are cast into something and you do not, while you're in that set of circumstances, you don't get to choose if you move to the left or to the right of that lane that's been picked for you. That's the way that you're going. And for some people that might work out just fine. But once you taste the beauty, the power, the elegance of being able to choose, you can never, ever, ever go back. So now let's say this as an example. If I wanted to, because there's limits on all this, right? If I wanted to choose to be an NBA player, a National Basketball Association player, or an NFL, National Football League player, or MLB, any of these pro sports, I could choose to do that. And then I would have to choose to put in the work that would allow me to get to that level. Now, guess what? Regardless of what I want to choose, if I said I wanted to be a center in the NBA and all centers average 6'9" or better, let's say, I'm 5'11". So it's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen from that perspective. So that tells me that is my choice something that I can directly affect 100%, or is my choice something that I don't have much control over? That's why, as we were talking earlier about the amount of choice and destiny, if you will, that we have, when we know who we are, we know what we love, we know what we're about, then all of a sudden the choices open up for us. Because let's just, to use our basketball analogy, even if I couldn't be a center, like they say right now that one of the best basketball players in the world, if not the best basketball player, is Nikola Jokic, and he's here with the Denver Nuggets, and Denver Nuggets are the reigning world NBA champions, and they are amazing. And he's basically, think of him as 7 feet tall. If I wanted to be Nikola Jokic, it's not in the cards, right? Number one, I'm 56 years old. Number two, I'm 5'11". Number three, I don't play much basketball, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's all these reasons why I couldn't. But if I really, really, really was passionate about basketball and about the center position, I could choose to study that, to learn more about it, to figure out how to create the best basketball players in the world. And then I could go into scouting, or I could go into coaching. I could be part of something that takes me to that dream. So while it may be tangential and maybe not me be directly the thing, the guy, I can be part of that process that still allows me to chase a dream, to choose the dream, to follow through with it, and to have an incredible experience. So for me, choice is always my answer when it comes to what I'm most thankful for. Because also, think about not only things like that, but think about how you bring yourself to every day. That's a choice. I have the choice to get up when I choose to get up, which for me is somewhere between 4:30 and 5:30 a.m. That's my choice. But if I want to get the things done before work that I do want to get done, that I choose to get done, then there's only one choice for me. I have to get up at that time. Otherwise, there's no time at the rest of the day for me to incorporate those things. And for me, that's a workout. It's personal growth time where I learn from people like Tony Robbins that I mentioned earlier in the show. It's things like being in a meditative state where I can just be grateful and be thankful and connect with the spiritual side of my being. It's things like Qigong, which is a practice of really slow movements that are meant to heal the body. All of these things, for me to get them done at the time that works, I get to choose to get up at the time that I get up. Now, here's a funny thing between choice and must, M-U-S-T. A lot of people say, I have to, and they don't like it. I have to get up between 4:30 and 5:30 to get all this stuff done. I have to go to work and do this. I have to drive my kids all over to soccer and to basketball and to dance and to recitals and piano. What if we flip that? Just one word. Instead of I have to, I choose to. Do you see the power that comes from that? Again, that's why I love this word and this concept so much. If I switch from, man, I have to run around all over to take my kids, and I switch that to, I choose to take my kids to these things to make their life better, to make them more enriched, more fulfilled, more well-rounded. To me, that's just an incredible gift that we give ourselves. I choose to get up between 4:30 and 5:30. I choose to do the workout things that I do. I choose to want to listen to my coworkers, my teammates, their struggles and their hassles and their hardships, and to work with them to find ways through that so that they can better enjoy their jobs while they're serving our clients. See, when I say that I choose to do those things versus I have to do those things, it now makes my world a whole new place. So hopefully, as you look at the choices that you make in your world, you can consider it from that perspective. So if we're really wanting to tie all of this together for Thanksgiving, for me, number one, learn to be grateful. Learn to be thankful. Learn to be appreciative. But it's not just the words that do it. For example, you know how for those of you that might be into prayer, there's something about prayer where you're asking for whatever, right? So no matter what deity or spiritual entity, God you pray to, isn't there a different feeling if you say, okay, God, thanks for the food, thanks for my family, thanks for this, thanks for that, and please give us safe travel and bless us food to our bodies and help us to be great people and give us a chance to earn more money, and by the way, help the Broncos win, right? That's just throwing words out into the ethers as a have to, as opposed to having that same conversation saying, and I'll just use the term God here, God, thank you. Thank you for giving me the chance to live. Thank you for giving me the chance to breathe, to experience what it's like to be a physical human being walking through a physical world and learning something every single day. Thank you for the challenges that you give me the chance to overcome, because through that I become stronger. Thank you for watching out for me and not allowing more to happen to me than I'm able to absorb, handle, or deal with. Thank you for the people you've put in my life, both family and friends, that make my life complete, that know who I am and who love me anyway, who give me the chance to serve them. Thank you for the business I have or the job I have where I get to express my best self. Or thank you for the dream I have for a better life for my family, to go to college, to start a business. Thank you for giving me that fire and passion that's going to allow me to follow you and to use the next step that you open up for me to chase that dream and to achieve what you've put into my brain and into my heart that you want me to achieve. See, when we look at things like that, that's a whole different kind of prayer. Now we're feeling it. And that kind of is what I call talking to God, that kind of prayer. And then being grateful and choosing to spend time in reflection, that's maybe listening to what you get back from God, the universe, whatever you want to say. So you put all that gratitude and all those thankfulness and all that request out there. And then what if we just took some time to go, I'm going to sit in silence and I'm just going to listen and see what comes back to me through my heart, through my soul, through God, through any kind of mechanism that we're talking about. So for me, being, again, to kind of wrap all this together, being thankful is one thing. Feeling thankful is another. Having the understanding that we choose so much of our lives and that those choices make all the difference. If we choose to ask great questions versus choosing to give judgment on everybody's statements. If we choose to want to be teachable and learnable, or teachable and a growth mindset, versus if we just want to say, yep, I know all this, or I'd rather not pay attention. All of these are choices that we make. And by focusing in on our gratitude, our choices, our choose tos versus our have tos, to me, that's a winning formula for an incredible, not only an incredible Thanksgiving season, but an incredible holiday season as well. And once I think, anyway, I'm still working on this, by the way, when that becomes part of my DNA, when I truly do have the feeling of gratitude, when I truly do have the understanding of my choices, when I fully do, and this is my hardest part, by the way, reflect and sit back and listen and take account for the things going through my life, when I truly do all those things, I know it brings a sense of fulfillment. Even if I'm not at my goals yet, it brings a sense of fulfillment that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And there's no better place to be than that. Even though we might not be at the end of the journey where we think we want to be, we're super content and feel super blessed right now. And if we all just had a lot of that feeling guiding us, just think how our lives would be, not only in the holiday season, but beyond. So anyway, those are just some thoughts that I had that I wanted to share with you, a blessing that I wanted to share or bestow upon you from my heart here at Ramos Law and the host of the Ramos Law Difference Makers podcast to you, to your family. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if this was your first time, this isn't necessarily a typical type of show that we do, but it is one that I've been really, really thinking about and wanted to share. If you've been part of our family for a long time, we're up to 200 or so episodes now. Thank you for following us. I hope you found value in things that support your lives with all the guests, the wonderful guests that we've had. And we look forward to doing this a lot more for a lot more years. And if you guys have thoughts that you'd like to have us put focus on and put attention on and bring to light, any guests, any topics in a Difference Makers podcast, someone making a difference, let us know. You can reach me, jim@ramoslaw.com, and we'll do that as well. So anyway, to wrap up, thank you for listening. I am grateful. I appreciate you. I hope that you are thankful. I hope you're contemplative and reflective about it. And I hope that you understand you too have the power to choose. So till next time, remember, you too can make a difference.